ॐ कालिन्दी पुल्लकमले माधवेन क्रीडारत ब्रह्मानन्दनमस्तुभ्यं सद्गुरो लोकनायक. My salutations to Swami Brahmananda, who is the world teacher, who is the friend of the Krishna, and who used to play eternally with Sri Krishna. Om, peace, peace, peace. Dear devotees, today is a very auspicious day. Today is the birthday of Swami Brahmanandaji, who is one of the monastic disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. And according to the Sri Ramakrishna's saying that he was a childhood friend of Sri Krishna, it seems. When Sri Krishna, descended on this earth or whatever, he accompanied him, he played with him, and all things. We have heard about him. Now, he has taken the form of, or he came as Swami Brahmananda, Rakal Maharaj, and who accompanied Sri Ramakrishna in the incarnation walk. And apart from that, who is this Swami Brahmananda, if you ask? I would like to explain, or I would like to tell him about us. Is the crest, is the crown prince of the spiritual kingdom. Why I'm using this word is a crown prince of the spiritual kingdom? Why? Because he spent his time in the God intoxicated life, or God centered life, or supreme self, Paramatma, we say, supreme self centered life. And that's the reason he spent very less time in the worldly affairs, and he spent most of his time in the spiritual affairs, in the meditation, or in the prayer, or in the worship, or whatnot. And he's a man of few words, and is the experiencer of the ultimate truth. And whoever has read his life, all of us, we know that he had experiences of nirvikalpa samadhi time and again. There is a mention and there are records about that. And such a person who was a great meditator, he has given a wonderful insights about this meditation and the practice. So today, on his birthday, on this auspicious day, let us try to know about his views, or his guidance, or his teachings about meditation, and also as well as his practice. Swami Brahmananji makes a very interesting point. He says, like, our mind has got tremendous energy, and he says 1/4 of your time and 1/4 of your energy, if you spend for your mundane affairs or mundane affairs, or your family responsibilities and worldly responsibilities, that is more than enough. And then what to speak of, what to think of other part, 3/4? The 3/4 you can spend easily on the God, or on the meditation, or on your spiritual practices. Now the question may come, he is a monk, or he was a monk, so he didn't have much responsibilities, and for him the work is the thinking God or thinking divine and etc. So for him it is possible. But we people live in the world, and we have got a lot of responsibilities, professional responsibilities, family responsibilities, social responsibilities. Then probably 1/4 is not possible, or it is not practical. Probably at the most we can say 3/4 of our time and energy, mind, we have to give in the world, and 1/4 you should give to the world, to the God, if possible. There are some people may think this. Fine. What I miss to say, or what I say, that at least you start with that. 3/4 of your mind you give to the world, and 1/4 of your mind and energy give to the God to start. Now, how to understand the saying or the teaching of this great man, noble soul? One fourth of your mind you give to world, and all your worldly responsibilities you can take care, and three-fourth you can spend your time and energy for the God is saying. And he was the president. He was not just a monk. And he was the president of this international organization, Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission. And he was able to run the center, being the president. So he had a greater responsibilities. It was not just he was a mere monk or just he had a contemplative life. Now, how it is possible for them and why can it be a challenge? Or why do we think that it is mostly impossible for all of us? For that, we should ask ourselves, where does our mind stay? Where do I stay? So I stay means I refers to here my mind, my core concentration or attractiveness or whatnot. Where do I stay? Where does my mind stay? So mostly we common people, our mind live at the level of physical level or at the sensate level. So the more and more you are at the gross level, and your energy is getting dissipated, your energy is getting wasted, and you got distracted. Then when you go, if you at some point of time we go at emotional levels. You are very happy, you are unhappy, you are stressed, you are thoughtful, or whatever we say. Mostly it is of relating to emotions. So when you are living at the level of emotions, your mind is bit concentrated, your wastage of energy is minimized. Then you go to the level of mental level or intellectual level. You have become grosser, your level is becoming grosser. Then one can go at the spiritual level. So when you are living at the level of spiritual level, your wastage of energy is be very less. Or in other words, or in the layman's language, it is nothing but your distraction will be minimized, or it is very minimal. So this is what we have to understand. Because we live at the level of physical level or at the sunset level, that's where we need more sleep, we need more food, and our mind is distracted. We need more time to acquire the knowledge, to learn more, and whatnot. And whereas, for example, in all the mathematicians, great mathematicians, scientists, if you see, they live mostly at the level of intellect. That's the reason they can understand things fast, they can learn things fast, they can develop the new interest in any subjects, and mastery over the subjects can be easy comparatively. Why? Because they live at the level of thoughts, at the level of intellect. And now Swami Brahmanji, unlike the spiritual people, they live at the level of self, or the spiritual level, or at the level of consciousness. So when their mind is at that level, then what happens? Their mind is not distracted. So when your mind is not distracted, then the loss of energy, loss of prana shakti, loss of mano shakti is very minimal. So with that concentrated mind, you can do anything and everything at very given point of time, in a less point of time. The simple standard example is what? Our convex lens. Of course, in Ireland, we don't get some, sun now when we are in winter. Today, we had for at least for some time, we had a good sun. Say, for a example, for discussion's sake, we have got a scorching sun, you say. Fine. You throw a piece of paper which is exposed to sun. What happens? Nothing happens. Now, well, you bring a convex lens and you start concentrating on the piece of paper. Then what happens? Slowly, the paper catches fire and paper gets burnt. Why it happens? When we are all small, probably we might have played this child prank. What happened there really? When the convex lens, what happens? The sun rays, each ray gets converged. When it gets converged, the amount of sunlight or the power gets increased, and that's how the paper catches fire. Similarly, when your mind has got so much energy, but because it is distracted, it is getting oozed out. To study something, I need 10 hours, but you have got a concentrated mind, it may need 1 or 2 hours. Then you can save your 8 hours time for something else. So with this, the scientists or the spiritual people, their concentration is best, and their less, the energy will be oozing out, or wasting energy will be less. As a result, they can do things fast. So from this angle, Swami Brahmanji is saying that when you raise your mind, one fourth of your mind is enough to run the worldly affair, worldly responsibilities, and three-fourth of your mind you can give to the to the God, or to the spirituality, to the meditation, or whatnot. Basically, for the inner engineering or for inner development. That's what we can see very clearly in the life of all these great peoples. And he gives a one more beautiful, important advice for all of us. When we say, "Oh, my dear, why are you not coming to ashram? Or why are you not coming to discourses? Why are you not able to practice? Why are you not continuing your spiritual practices?" When we say, generally, people, we all say, "Swami, I'm sorry. I wish it. I would like to do it. But what to do? I am busy. I've got family responsibilities, my work, office work, it has become too much." Of course, all of them are true. I'm not denying them. And I've got some responsibilities and so much workload, Swami. Sorry, I'm not able to. And that's the reason I'm not able to meditate. I'm not able to do my prayers, or I'm not able to do some scriptural studies. All these answers are given, which is very common. And Swami Brahmanji says that none of them are really true. It is not because of work your mind is restless. It is not because of your mind you are getting tiredness and you are unable to meditate, you are unable to do your spiritual practices or whatnot. It is because of your desires and because of your restlessness of the mind. You can do 10 hours work. After that, what? Still you can meditate. You can do spiritual practices. That is possible. How? Swami Brahmanji says that you have to live the life of awareness. When you are working, you have to be concentrated, or you have to be aware of your working and just work. But we are consciously unconscious. This is a very simple word, jingling with words. So you have to be a bit careful. Kindly listen carefully. We are consciously unconscious. Now I'm talking or I'm doing some work. Some part of my mind is doing some work, and some part of mind is thinking something or world tour, and some part of mind is just wandering here and there, or thinking of next, what can be done next, what is next, what is next. That's why my mind has been distracted. As a result, every work takes a lot of time. And because of this, when mind is completely restless at all the times, and when you sit for meditation, you feel it becomes a very dodgy, and it becomes impossible, or it becomes a nightmare, the meditation. And we say conveniently, though, that because of work and because of my lifestyle, because of my responsibilities, we are unable to meditate. And Swami Brahmanji says that none of them are true. Then what to do? You have to live the life of awareness. Whatever you are eating, sleeping, or meditating, or working, you be at that right and at that time, be aware of that and keep doing that with full of awareness and consciousness. Whatever 10 to 12 hours work if you do, and 6 to 8 hours sleep, and you do, and oblations and other things, and still you can 2, 3, 4 hours easily one can spend time in meditation, japa, or studies, or any type of spiritual practices, including yoga, pranayama, or exercise, and whatnot. So it is not because of our actions and responsibilities we are unable to meditate. No, it is because of our restlessness of the mind, or because of the lack of clarity about our mind. So, Swami Brahmanji's ideas or his teaching can be summarized like this. What do you value in your life? Some value money, some value sense pleasures, some may value just merrymaking. For some of them, some achievements or name and fame or power and position. So we value something in our life. So based on that, our body and mind takes a shape, and our activities takes a shape. So we have to make a investigation, introspection ourselves, self-investigation or self-introspection, and find out what do I want, or what my mind is seeking. Then when I get this clarity, then everything can be beautifully harmonized. So do I want sense pleasures? Yes, okay. To how much extent? To what extent? Or I want name and fame, or I want power and position, I want merrymaking, or like I can spend kill time through internet surfing or social media, or simply blabbering or chatting, all these things. So what do I want really? By what I'll be happy, feeling happy, that one should find out oneself. By doing that, we can understand why I am wasting time, or how I am wasting time, or why I am able to do this and why I am able to unable to do something else like meditation or spiritual practices. So this is what important according to Raja Maharaj. And the same person who did lot of responsibilities, he was initiating devotees, used to go different places, and he was, I mean, heading the response, I mean, he was heading the entire international organization, and used to spend lot of hours, long hours in meditation. Now, the one more big question can come for all of us. We all want to do, can we get him some help? Can we get divine help? Or can you help Swami? Or can you help XYZ? Or does anyone help? Yes. And we can see very clearly in Raja Maharaj's life itself. If you are sincere, you may not be having a clarity, you may not be having a right thinking, you may not be having a right idea, but just mere sincerity, if you have got, slowly everything falls in place. You may be going in even wrong direction, unfortunately, because of ignorance. If you are sincere, the whole cosmic energy will come to your rescue, to your help, and the cosmic power will take you in a right direction. That wonderful example story we can see in the Raja Maharaj life itself. I mean, Raja Maharaj means Swami Brahmananda. One Swami Brahmananda was staying in a Brundavan. Brundavan is a one holy place which is connected to Sri Krishna's life. And there are a lot of saints even today, a lot of people, they spend their time in meditation and spiritual practices. And you know that Raja Maharaj is a, Brahmananji was the childhood of Krishna, so he was very, I mean, he was very fond of Brundavan also. And sometime he had been to Brundavan and he was doing his practices. Generally, every day he used to get up at early morning, 3 p.m., a.m., and he used to finish his ablutions and he used to sit for meditation. Generally, he used to do that. One day, for some reason, and in those days there was no alarm and all like now. So it is based on it is only willpower. It is mind we have to get up. So every day is to get up, and, on the such and such a particular day, somehow, I mean, he didn't wake up. He didn't get up. He didn't wake up, and he's sleeping. He had a deep sleep also. I mean, at 3 a.m. he was supposed to get up, and he has not got up, and he has continued his sleeping, deep sleep. He's unaware of it also. Suddenly, at 3 a.m., someone is coming and waking him up. Oh, my dear, time is up. Don't you get up? Will you not get up? Then slowly Swami Brahmanji opens his eyes. He says there, a yogi, a monk with a probably ochre clothes or a white clothes, who has got a beard, big beard, and his face was with full of peace and calmness and that spiritual brightness. He's saying that, my dear, time to meditate. Will you not get up, my dear? Please, time. It is a time up to. It is a time now to meditate. Please get up. I mean, Raja Maharaj, first and foremost, he was shocked to see some saintly person. And under the next moment, he is unable to understand whether it is a dream, divine dream, or it is a fact, or it is a reality. It took few moments for him to understand that it is not a dream, it is reality. Okay, and he doesn't know who is that monk. He has never seen him, because for some time, by that time, for some amount of time, for few days or few weeks, he had already spent in Brindavan. So he had traveled on Brindavan. So more or less, he knew most of the sadhus, most of the monks. So he was a very new person for him actually. But anyhow, he got up and he saw. Then I mean, he could understand that now it is up. I mean, it is a right. It is his normal time where he used to sit up and meditate. Then he gets up. Then he finishes ablutions. He sits for meditation. He was so much happy and he was so much impressed by this divine dream or divine experience. It is not a dream; it is a divine experience. And in future, in due course of time, he tells, "Look, if you are sincere, The whole cosmic power, energy, or God, or self, I mean, supreme self, will help you to progress in that particular path. That's what we can understand. And that day I understood very clearly by this experience, Raja Maharaj Swami Brahmananda says. So if we are sincere, either in path of meditation or in the path of mental mind control or in the path of inner awakening, spiritual awakening, or even in the mundane affairs, definitely the whole cosmic energy will come to your rescue, will come to your help, provided you are sincere. The more and more you become sincere, the more and more you become what you say single minded, single pointed, then it becomes easy for you. Challenges are accepted, expected. The more and more you go to the better things, the more and more challenges, the more and more adverse circumstances. But at the same time, there is a divine help, whether you seek or not. The cosmic energy will come to your rescue. That is what important. And one more very interesting point when it comes to meditation is, Swami, we all would like to meditate. Until now, hearing your lecture, we used to say, oh, because of our responsibilities, we are unable to meditate, though we wish. But now you have said it is restlessness of the mind. It is not because of work. Now we cannot take that. We cannot take the shelter under that. What you say, blame excuse. We want to meditate. I would like to sit and meditate for half an hour, 1 hour, but I am unable to. My mind is restless, or my mind is not helping me, my body is not supporting me. All these type of excuses or complaints, or even sometimes it is problems and issues. Many people, they do come and discuss with us, or they try to tell these things. Yes, it is all accepted, never mind. And the nature of the mind is restless. There's a beautiful analysis about the mind in the Indian scriptures. How the mind, what is the nature of the mind? They explain beautiful anecdote or a allegory. The allegory goes like this: monkey. Now, very well, you can imagine. We can sit at least 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes or half an hour in one place. Can you imagine a monkey sitting in one place for a long time? No. Even if it's sitting, it is seeing here and there, and it will be blinking eyes so fast. And in every moment and in few minutes, it will be jumping from one branch of a tree to another branch. And because it is highly restless by nature, monkey. And now imagine monkey. It is by nature, it is restless. And at the same time, a scorpion has bite the monkey. So the monkey is bitten by scorpion. So there is a pain in that monkey. Now you can very well imagine how the monkey will be acting. So because of that pain, it has become more restless. Then someone has given the liquor. In the food, they have mixed the liquor and has given, and the monkey has consumed that food or drank whatever, and now it is intoxicated. Not God intoxicated, liquor intoxicated. Monkey bitten by scorpion, and now it has consumed alcohol, and some spirit has entered. Now, very well, one can imagine what will be the plight and what will be the nature of that monkey. It is sometimes it can be beyond imagination. So, how it can be so restless, such a monkey? Same restlessness will be also our mind's nature. That's what our Indian scripture says. Very well expressed. It is a beautiful allegory, no doubt, or explanation about the mind. But having said all these things, Bhagavad Gita, Patanjali Yoga Sutra, and all the saints have given a weapon, simple formula that Abhyasa and Vairagya. Practice and renunciation is the key tool to control your mind, to curb your mind, to regulate your mind, to practice meditation. So now it is practice. So what is renunciation means? Renunciation means giving up wrong habits, giving up wrong thoughts, giving up unwanted habits and practices. That's what renunciation means here. So what is practice? Patanjali gives a beautiful rational explanation, the best rational explanation till now I've seen about the practice, the nature of practice. Many times we feel, Swami, I am trying to practice meditation for long time, for long days or months or years, still I am unable to control. Or I am practicing some particular music and I am not able to be good in the music or excel in the music. Such type of things we all keep on saying. and we feel that. And for that, he gives a formula about the practice, what should be, how the practice should be. He says first, he gives a three conditions for the practice. The first is it should be nairantarya, it should be always eternally. Now, by listening my lecture, so some of you might get inspiration to do meditation. From today or tomorrow onwards, you start meditating, then every day for half an hour or 15 minutes, for 1 hour, 1 hour or whatever. 1 week you did. Then afterwards you felt boredom, or you felt unhappy, or you get some responsibilities, whatnot, some blame excuse basically. And again you left it for 1 or 2 weeks, or 1 or 2, 3 days and all. Then again you started. For few days, few weeks you did, and again you left. And again you started, again you left. That should not be that case, it seems. Nairantarya means it should be constant. Means if you're doing meditation, started meditation daily morning, 6 o'clock for an example, for 15 minutes every day, you should do meditation every day for 15 minutes for long, every day. Nairantarya, till having the control over the mind, till then you should keep on doing. No option, no choice. Nairantarya, that's the one thing. And the second is quality, he says. Okay, every day 15 minutes, you have said, Swami, every day I will sit for 15 minutes. Then I'll sit in 15 minutes, I may doze off. Or 15 minutes, I will do world tour. I'm sitting physically, but I'm doing wandering here and there. My mind is going to world tour. So there is a quantity, means every day 15 minutes, time limit duration is done, but there is no quality of meditation. So the one more second condition according to Patanjali is there should be quality also in your study, or in your any work, physical work or mental work or intellectual work or in spiritual work, or even sweeping the floor or whatever. In any endeavor, there should be quality. In your approach, in your practice, there should be quality. So you give your mind completely, then success will be yours. There's a saying that what does it mean? It is a quality. So there should be quality in your practice, it seems. So one is nairantarya, long time. There is a second is what is a quality, and the third is there should not be break, and the success rate or the goal is more high, and the time taken to reach also will be more longer, it seems. So it should be continuous without any break, and there should be quality of the practice, and there should be without any break. It should continue for longer time till we reach success. Then anything, whether you want to learn music, whether you want to be a millionaire, whether you want to be a good meditator or spiritually evolved person, or you want to be an athlete, anything is possible. This is what the basic formula according to Patanjali Maharshi, which is told 2500 years ago. And the same today, even the science today, science, especially neuroscience and clinical science, is also accepted, and they give a very beautiful explanation. And it has been proven, proven it is. How the habit is formed. So meditation is a habit for us at the beginning. How it is formed, if you ask, they say that general accepted theory is what? For 66 days at least. 66 days, around, 2 months, I used to say. 2 months every day without break, if you do, then it will be an habit. That doesn't mean that if you're careless, then again you may break it. That's a different issue. But to cultivate any habit, any practice or any of your thinking which has to be a part of your life, which has to be formulated into a habit, means the psychologists or neuroscientists today, they say that at least you need minimum for 60 days. 66 days, they say. Roughly we can think of 2 months. So 2 months, if you're constantly practicing, say exercise, say meditation, say getting up, going to bed and going early to bed and early to rise, we speak. So going to bed and getting up from the bed, or any type of habit you want to cultivate, 66 days, if you keep on doing every day for 66 days, more or less it becomes a habit, and you can continue then with a less of problems, with a less of challenges or adverse circumstances. Why? They say because when your mind is getting soaked with that, then what happens? Neurons getting charged. When the neurons getting charged with the similar type of your actions, when the same charge, when it gets your neurons, they will one by one, they get attached, they'll form of a rope. That means what? It makes an habit, it makes a place in your permanent memory, in the primary memory, as well as in the secondary memory, or in our conscious mind, as well as in subconscious mind, it happens. Then it becomes a habit. So even today, the psychology or the new neuroscience is also saying. So if you want to be established in meditation, at least for 60 to 60 days, at least every day for 10-15 minutes, you have to sit at the same time, more or less, every day without fail. Then the habit is formed. Till then, don't question, don't think, don't boggle your mind, or don't burden your mind with too many thinkings. That is what general neuroscience is telling. And with coming to meditation, Swami Brahmananda is saying that without talking much, without questioning too much, without blabbering, or without what do you say, unnecessary burdening your mind with too many things, understand few basic tenets of meditation and keep practicing for 3 to 4 years regularly, systematically, sincerely, with quality, of course. If you do it, then definitely he says that it becomes an integral part of your life. And even if you don't, if you want to don't meditate, your mind craves for meditation. See, it is very simple. In his normal, very gross level habits, it is easy. For example, you start looking into social media. One day you saw, fine. Second day you saw, third day you saw, fourth day you saw, fifth day you saw. Then sixth day onwards, automatically it becomes a habit. Then after 2 3 weeks, it becomes a habit in such a way that you will feel without that you can't sleep. Without that you can't run your life. It becomes obsess in your life. But when any higher things, when it become if you it has to become a part and parcel of your life, it takes some bit more time actually. And Swami Brahmananda is saying that yes, you continue for 3 4 years continuously. If you can practice, that becomes the integral part of your life. Even if you leave meditation, meditation doesn't leave you. But I know that 3 4 years, it is too much, too long period for all of us. But I think neuroscience, whatever saying, 60 to 70 days, if you do it, try sincerely, try every day, then definitely it becomes a part of your life. That is what very important. The same habit can be, or the same principle can be extended to anything. You want to study, or you want to practice music, or you want to do some walking because for your health reasons, doctors have said, or you want to do some exercises, or probably you want to learn something, maybe sing music or some new language, whatever it may be. Every day you spend some time continuously, regularity, then you can master the subject, you can master that particular art, you can master the skill. And the same thing has been given beautifully from psychological point. When you do same thing at same time, long time, what happens? They say q, I mean the 4 steps of the habit they have spoken, the psychologist. One is cue, the second is crying, the third is response, and the fourth is reward. Maybe I will take some other class to go deep into these things, which is very interesting. But now just I will explain one or one sentences, and I will come to Raja Maharaj Brahmanji's teachings. What is meant? Cue means make it obvious. And what is this crying means? Make it attractive. And what is response? Make it easy. And what is reward? Make it satisfying. So these are the 4 important steps to cultivate any good habit or any constructive or productive habit according to the scientist. And thinking of meditation, we all know what is the physical benefit, what is the mental benefit, or emotional health benefits, or emotional benefits and spiritual benefits. Now, having said all these things, Raja Maharaj, that is Swami Brahmanji, says that we should try to meditate at given point of time every day without fail. And what is the best time? Generally, sunrise and sunset. Sunrise or sunset is the best time for the meditation. And you sit in a convenient or comfortable position, keeping sitting straight, and probably with a good habit, I mean, with a good ideas, think some good ideas. And he says, give a auto session to your mind. Oh mind, now I'm spending say 10 or 15 minutes. I am trying to practice meditation. And this is very important for my life, for my body, for my mind, and for you, that is for myself. So please don't think about world, don't think about family, don't think about anything else. Be with myself, be with me, please, for 10 15 minutes. And give a attestation saying that, oh mind, don't go anywhere, and you are locking all the doors and windows and gates. Intensely think this. And if possible, if necessary, you can pray for the welfare of every being. You can pray for your parents and relatives and friends and the people who have helped us to come up in our life. And you can pray for yourself, and you can feel. The word of caution is also given by Swami Brahmananda, that don't concentrate your in the meditation in the between eyebrows or in the head. That can create a lot of problems. So let the heart, spiritual heart, can be the center of your meditation. So you try to concentrate your mind where you are in. There's a beautiful milky ocean, and there the God is there in the form. If you believe God is living God in the particular form, or you can think of a divine light, and you are there in front of that. You try to concentrate your mind, meditate on the divine awareness or on the consciousness. And you can also try to repeat the Lord's name, which will be helpful. So japa and meditation both go hand in hand. And if your minds it become too much restless, then you pray, oh mind, please help me, or please be with me to practice meditation. Or you can pray, seek the divine intervention, God's intervention. That is what Raja Maharaj says. And one more interesting point, he says that why should we take the God with form for the meditation? He says it is very easy for us to think about the form, though that may be challenging for some of us, never mind, but that is one of the easiest method. If some of you may feel God without form, if you believe more, and I would like to take the God without form, then he says, and then it's okay. You can think the God as a light, as an energy, as omniscient, omnipresent, omnipotent, and you can meditate. But generally, it is our strength and it is our weakness. The mind strength and the mind weakness is, without any name and without form, our mind cannot think actually. It needs some name and it is form. Very subtle point actually. I don't know how many of you thought of this. For example, when I say consciousness, when I say divine or divinity or God, immediately your mind thinks some form. Maybe from form of Rama or Krishna or Ramakrishna or Jesus or Buddha, whatnot. Otherwise, maybe it will think in the form of some light, some fire, maybe some mountain, sky, space, something. So basically, it takes some vague form at least. So that's what our mind does. So here, as according to Bhakti scriptures and Swami Brahmanji, so instead of thinking vaguely of some form, you take the divine form itself. Because your mind needs upadhi, an object on which it can reside. Without name and without form, it cannot think. It is very difficult for a mind to comprehend. So take the divine form. Why? And even in Patanjali also they speak of taking any elements like water, fire, flower and mountains, one can meditate. That's also there possible. But there you are trying to concentrate on a flower, okay, fine. Or on a mountain, just you are doing it. If you feel that is the most convenient for you, can do. But when you take a divine form, what happens is a God with compassion, is a God with infinite love, is that supreme self with full of all the what is the divine qualities. So that obviously the devotion, the reverence, all these things will come naturally in us. And what is the devotion? Means it is divine love. It is an emotion, it starts with emotion, but afterwards it is a love which is towards divine, towards God, is what devotion. So it becomes easy because we are all emotionally strong people, emotionally driven people we are for us. So this path of devotion with the form and with the definite attributes of God, when we think, it becomes easy for us to meditate. That is what Swami Brahmanji is saying. That. So take some ideal, take the God with form, with the definite qualities or attributes, and think that God is there, He is living. It is not just an idol, it is not just a picture, it is a God with a living form, and He's seeing us, and I am seeing him or her, and He's breathing, and I'm able to see that is breathing, he or she is breathing. And we can offer some mental worship even if you want, and you can meditate, and if you want, you can try to repeat the Lord's name also. And while doing that, your mind can go here and there. Swamiji says that you try to keep on, bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. When your mind understands that you are not going to give any option, any alternative, any choice, then slowly your mind listens to you. Because till now, till you start meditation, till then you had left your mind freely. Then all of a sudden, if you want to control it, if you want to if you want to, you would like to tie the mind to a particular pillar, then he says, what happened, my dear? Till yesterday you were okay. You allowed me to go anywhere and everywhere, and now you want to do something. So I am not going to listen to you. The mind revolves, the mind, it doesn't accept. He says that no, I will not. So the more and more you tame your mind, you control your mind, regulate your mind, and fix your mind, I want this, you have to do this, then slowly, slowly, when the mind, as Swami Brahmananda says, that when the mind accepts, understands, and accepts that you don't give any choice, this 15 minutes at least to start with, you are not allowing your mind to go anywhere. You are not giving a choice. You are not giving any alternative. Then slowly, mind surrenders to you. Mind starts listening to you. Then mind accepts whatever you command, and you will become the master, and your mind will become servant. That should be the case. But unfortunately, what is our position present? I am supposed to be the master, and my mind has to be my slave. I am supposed to dictate. But unfortunately, my mind has become the master, and I have become the slave. This is our real nature. And he gives a beautiful example, analysis taken from the Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad, there's a beautiful example. What is a Sadashva and Dushta Ashva? Ashva means horse. Good horse and bad horse. They take a different example. What is a good horse and what is a bad horse? Where a charioteer is able to control the horse, and in which path or in which direction the charioteer desires, in that direction, if he is able to regulate, if he is able to take the horse, and if the horse is under the control of charioteer, such horse is called good horse, Sadashva. So instead of that, imagine now, horse is going wherever it wishes, and this charioteer is getting led by the horse, then what happens? There can be disaster. There can be accidents. You are supposed to have the control over your steering and clutch and brake, and you are supposed to, drive the vehicle as you wish. Suddenly some brake fails and steering is not listening to you, your brake is not listening to you, and the vehicle is going as it wish. What happens? It can go and fall somewhere. We can meet with an accident. The same thing is happening with us, because our mind is dushta ashwa, bad horse. Means our minds are not listening to our talks. That is what all our problems are. You can say stress, you can say strain, you can say restlessness of the mind, you can say loss of peace, you can say all these problems is what? Because we are unable to control the mind, we are unable to tame the mind, we are unable to regulate the mind. So meditation is one of the best step, best tool, best weapon to control our mind, to regulate our mind, to tame our mind. And one more very subtle point, Swami Brahmananda says, probably some of you might know, he says that why do we meditate? It is a positive charge. Every day, as soon as you get up, generally, we all charge our mobile phones. So when it is charged, that means for whole day, you are able to use your mobile. If there is no charge, then you will not be able to use mobile. Why? Because it has been discharged by using daily. So similarly, you are getting discharged every day. And through meditation, through spiritual practices, you are trying to charge your mind with the divine, with the divinity, with the positive things, with the energy, with the positive things. Then what happens? Your mind and your energy and your prana shakti is going in the right direction. That's what we say sublimation. Now, there can be negative charge also. Too much spending time in the lower things and unwanted things, and in no way it is useful for anyone. In such a way you are doing it, what happened? Your mind is getting wasted, your energy is getting wasted, and it is not productive, it is not constructive. So by meditation, what you are doing it actually, you are charging your mind with positivity. You are raising your mind from the gross level to the mental level. So basically from gross level to the subtle level, you are raising it. So the more and more you meditate, even your mundane affairs, you can take a better decision. You can have a better judgment. You can have a better discrimination. The power of discrimination can be exercised, and your willpower gets increased. So even your normal life, empirical life also can become better, will become better by meditation. Then what to speak of spiritual life? And he gives some conditions that you don't fast too much and don't eat too much also. Have a middle one. Take a food which makes you healthy, because health is also very very important. Swami Brahmanji says that. So you should take the food, maybe half stomach of the half of your stomach is with food, and one fourth will be water, and one fourth will be empty. Then you'll be able to. And he also says that try to have some music practice or some readings or whatever. By that it will help you to meditation. This is one practical tips Swami Brahmanji gives. Either if your music live, you can hear, or you can read some good books before that, or you have a positive thinking. And it is also called Pratipaksha Bhavana in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. By doing this, one can do good meditation, Swami Brahmanji says. Second one. And third one, which is also tells importantly, if you want to meditate long hours, then you have to go to solitude. Solitude means not only going to forest or whatever, just living with yourself. You may be in the house itself. People are there in and around, but can you shut everything yourself, and can you be with yourself for some time? Daily or weekly, but 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, without getting disturbed by anything, and just can you be with yourself? So living in solitude is also very very important for you to go well or get well in the meditation, he says that. And by this, if you continue the meditation more and more, what happens? You'll be able to feel and experience the divinity in your own heart. Then same thing, you'll be able to see the divine. You'll be able to see and feel the presence of the God in externally also, in more what do you say, in a concrete way, according to Swami Brahmananda. So initially we will have problems, we can have the challenges according to Swami Brahmanji. But if you keep on continuing your spiritual practices or meditations, you'll be able to succeed. And he says that give up the idleness, give up the laziness, which is the very greatest enemy for the meditation. So according to Swami Brahmanji. And he also says that tamas and sattva looks, both are extremes, they look alike. So you have to be very careful. So inertia, from there you have to become active. From tamas you have to become rajas. From rajas you have to go to sattva, and from sattva you have to go to beyond these three gunas. So in the tamas, if you are in tamas state, then you can't meditate at all. Then when you come to rajas, it becomes bit possible. When it goes to sattva, it becomes easier with less of difficulties. So slowly, slowly, we have to understand our nature, our personality, our mind is at which level. And from if it is more in tamas, then slowly by being active and by being a constructive, productive work, we should go to rajas. And slowly, slowly, we should go to sattva, and we can continue the meditation. Then we'll be able to feel and experience the divinity inside and outside, and we can have the realization, and we can have the peacefulness, mindfulness, all these things according to Swami Brahmananda. And he also says one more thing. Initially, it can be a superimposition or it can be imagination about the God with form in meditation. But once you advance, slowly it becomes natural and it becomes real, and you will be able to feel the presence of the God in your heart. And afterwards, you can feel the presence of God even in the externally. That is what Swami Brahmanji is saying. So we shall try to seek his blessings on this auspicious day, on his birthday, and we shall try to be regular in our meditation practices so that we shall be healthy physically, mentally, intellectually, morally, and also spiritually, according to Swami Brahmanji's advices. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.